Welcome to Creatively Exposed, a podcast and safe space for Black and marginalized creatives to empower, educate, and uplift you through the final product of self and creation. Bring a homie, share with a homie, and enjoy the show. Welcome back to Creatively Exposed, and this week, it might be a shorter episode. Definitely, if you didn't listen to last week's amazing conversation with Dr. Valerie Mason John, I think it was super important, and it was just super fulfilling to have a conversation with her. And so check it out. It is about mindfulness, overcoming addiction, being Black and queer, and creative, and a different form of activism, and just it's a great conversation. And what I really have been thinking about for creatives is the Leo moon. It's a Leo full moon, the full moon of the year. And so I think the next episode, which I think will be in February, actually, I'm going to skip a week because I have some major vending events like back to back, so I'll be exhausted. This full moon in Leo can go a couple of different ways, right? And so as a creative, when I think of Leo, I think of the dramatics. I think of passion, I think of expression, I think of moving through the heart center. And so for me, Leo is kind of like the heart chakra meets the throat chakra. And so this week before this weekend, when the Mercury retrograde, when Mercury actually goes and stations retrograde, for real, we've been in the shadow, but like when it begins, take this week to roar in a creative way, and not in an egotistical way as well. So like if you haven't felt like you were worthy of taking up space, this is your time. If you haven't put your creations out there, or shamelessly plugged yourself, or created boundaries around your creative process or your art, this is the time. So I've been seeing a lot of rejecting free labor, especially for Black people as Black history comes. That is the energy. So put your work out there. Say what you need, and don't settle for just the scraps. When I also think of Leo, I think royalty. And so embody the inner power that you carry as a magician, as a creative, because we literally create things out of intangible ideas. Like no one can touch our idea until we bring it into existence. But also find time to receive and find time to rest. And so that is literally all I have, but I feel like that opens up for a whole bunch of different things. And so may we have patience, may we roar in a way that isn't harmful, but also don't allow people to attempt to roar in a way that makes you feel small, right? We can all express ourselves in ways where we can be heard. But the biggest thing is patience. Sometimes patience is warranted and sometimes it's not, right? Sometimes there are things that happen where it's the last straw. And so if you need to unblock thy throat chakra, I'll definitely be having that episode. I think it will be the I don't know if it'll probably be the second week of February since I'll be vending. But stay tuned for that. So speak your truths and express them and try different ways of creating. Tap into all of this heart-centered creation in ways maybe that we didn't expect. It is Aquarius season. And so, emote. Don't suppress yourself and take up space. And so this is a mini episode. I barely made it, y'all. I barely made it. I have done a lot of things, and so I had the pleasure of doing a poetry workshop. It's a Salacious Sacriligeous Sonnets workshop is what it is. For the Estuary Collective, I'll be editing a zine, at least that is what I'm hoping to do, a zine of erotic poems. And so, I'll put the link in the show notes so you can check it out. I'm reading submissions as well, so that's the due date is February 1st, and then after February 1st, something else kicks off. So team doing too much, but it's also fulfilling muches. So this is all I have for you, y'all. Remember to manifest in this full moon. I think there's good energy here. And keep creating. There's also another event on February 6th, which is Black Women in Audio, Black Women Speak, Amplifying Black Women's Voices. That is being created by Experience J, and she is also looking for sponsors, so that's something else I'll be putting in the show notes. And until we speak again, which probably will be the second week of February, and I will have lots to tell. But for now, remember that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. Pas oublier ou c'est magique. Thank you. Thank you for listening to the show. Check out our Patreon, the website in the show notes. Rate, review, and subscribe or share with the homie. And don't forget that you are magic. No te olvides que eres magia. Pas oublier ou c'est magique. Take care and see you next week. Have you been lacking in the affirmation department, or what about the inspiration department? I always say at the end of the episode, do not forget that you are magic. This is what Astrologist is. An affirmation, a reminder, and a celebration of the magic, magia, and magique in you. Check out the website astrologist6.com, and it is also in the show notes.